You are sitting on the edge of your bed, exhausted, staring at the wall, and asking yourself the most terrifying question in the world. Am I the toxic one? Am I crazy? You feel like you are entirely losing your grip on reality. Your memory feels fragmented. Your self-esteem has completely evaporated. You are not crazy. You are trapped inside a highly engineered psychological cage called the gaslighting matrix. You are dealing with a covert manipulator who is systematically destroying your ability to trust your own perception of reality. Covert manipulation is terrifying because it leaves absolutely no physical bruises. It is entirely invisible to the outside world. It is a slow, methodical process of moving the furniture in your mind by 1 inch every single day until you can no longer navigate your own life. They do not want to win the argument. They want to completely break your internal compass, because a person who cannot trust themselves is incredibly easy to control. To survive this dynamic, you have to understand the exact step-by-step architecture of how they hacked your nervous system. And the hack did not begin with cruelty. It began with an illusion. A covert manipulator never shows you their true face on day one. They begin the relationship with a phase called love bombing. They deploy a tactic called future faking. Within weeks of meeting you, they are already painting a flawless, cinematic picture of your life together. They promise you marriage, children, or a perfect home. They intentionally flood your nervous system with massive spikes of dopamine to forge rapid, artificial intimacy. They are giving you a psychological pair of rose-colored glasses. Once you are wearing them, you are perfectly primed to ignore the red flags. Because you believe they are your soulmate, you give them the benefit of the doubt when they begin to cross your boundaries. Then, the mask begins to slip. The promises never materialize. The effort entirely stops. You realize you are living in a brochure. You are starving on a diet of someday, while their daily actions demonstrate absolute indifference. But when you finally gather the courage to confront them about this massive discrepancy, they initiate the second phase of the matrix. They do not apologize. They do not take accountability. They deploy absolute cognitive chaos. They deploy word salad. You ask a simple, direct question. Why did you lie to me? But instead of answering, they bury you in an avalanche of completely irrelevant information. They bring up something you did wrong 3 years ago. They twist your words. They use complex circular logic that completely derails the conversation. This is word salad. It is an intentional cognitive overload tactic designed to entirely exhaust your prefrontal cortex. As your brain shuts down from exhaustion, they execute the killing blow, a psychological framework known as DARVO. Deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender. First, they completely deny the event ever happened. I never said that. You're remembering it wrong. Then, they attack. They attack your character, your memory, or your sanity. You are too sensitive. You are always starting drama. Finally, they reverse the victim and offender. Suddenly, you are the one bullying them. They play the victim so effectively that you forget why you were even mad. 20 minutes after confronting them for abusing you, you find yourself frantically apologizing to them just to make the argument stop. The trap is set. They have successfully taught you that bringing up your needs will only result in immense psychological pain. So, you go quiet. And that is exactly when they push you to the breaking point. Because you are no longer fighting back, the manipulator needs a new way to prove to you and the world that you are the unstable one. They deploy reactive abuse. They will quietly covertly provoke you behind closed doors. They will use microaggressions, sarcasm, and profound disrespect. They will inflict 1,000 tiny paper cuts to your nervous system over weeks, while maintaining absolute, plausible deniability. Eventually, your biological survival instincts kick in. You reach your absolute breaking point, and you finally snap. You scream, you cry, you lose control. The exact second you react, they go perfectly calm. They pull out their phone, or they look at you with total disgust, and they say, "Look how crazy you are acting." It is a flawless trap. They pushed you into a dark hole, and the moment you screamed for help, they recorded the echo and called you a monster. And because you actually have a conscience, you feel immense guilt for your reaction. You take the blame. You believe you are the toxic one. The matrix is complete. They have successfully outsourced their own toxicity onto you. They remain the flawless victim, and you become the abuser. You are paralyzed by the fear that if you leave, you really are the monster they say you are. But the matrix only works if you keep playing their game. The only way to escape the gaslighting matrix is to completely detach from their narrative. Step 1. Stop trying to get them to understand you. A covert manipulator is not misunderstanding you. They are intentionally refusing to hear you. Arguing with them is like drinking poison and hoping the other person dies. Drop the rope. Stop giving them your reaction. Step 2. Become the architect of your own reality. Start writing things down. Keep a journal of what actually happens, so when they try to twist history, you have proof. Do not let them diagnose you. Your anger is not a personality disorder. Your anger is a highly accurate biological response to being abused. When they try to provoke you into reactive abuse, become a gray rock. Show absolutely zero emotion. Give them nothing to record. Without your emotional reaction to feed on, the matrix instantly collapses. You are not crazy. You were systematically targeted by someone who required your destruction to feel powerful. Take your reality back. Trust your own mind and walk out of the matrix forever.